All right, guys, so today I'm going to teach you how to evaluate expressions. So last week in math, we did order of operations and we learned about exponents. So we will use those two things that we learned last week to add on to the stuff that's for this week. Okay, so if you have paper, I highly suggest you get out your math notebook, which I've sent down for you to take notes on this, or if you're at home, you can take notes on this. So the first thing that I want to tell you is today we're going to be talking about expressions. All right. So we have some vocabulary that goes with this first. So before we do that though, your learning goal today is by the end of this video, you should be able to solve one-step expressions and two-step expressions using the order of operations. Okay, so we're going to talk about this. So the first word today is variable. All right, so a variable, if you look at the word variable, have you ever heard on a commercial them say your results may vary, right? Okay, so that means that your results might change. So a variable is in algebra, it's a letter that replaces the unknown amount. Okay, so for a variable, I'm going to put the letter that represents the unknown value. All right, and that's kind of hard to see, so hold on a second. Okay, there you go. So the variable is a letter that represents the unknown value. So if you have this equation, then if you have like, oops, this pen is gross. Okay, x plus 2 equals 7. Okay, so what's the variable? This is your variable. All right, your variable can be any letter. It doesn't matter the letter. It's just letting you know that it's unknown. I could have put A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I could put any letter there. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here my variable is what? If I have x plus 2 equals 7, well, what plus 2 equals 7? So here x would equal 5, right? Okay, so sometimes you can solve them, and that'll be like today. All right, so number 2. The second word, let's go back to my thing to make sure that I got the right word. The second word is algebra. Algebra. Algebra is just math. Usually it's math that uses variables though. It's trying to solve the unknown. Okay, so then let's go back to that again to make sure I got all my words. Okay, so the third thing is evaluate. All right, so evaluate just means to solve it. All right, so if we go back up here to this, and it says x plus 2 equals 7, and they want you to evaluate, that just means they want you to figure out what x is. Well, we already know x is 5, right? Okay, so that's one way to evaluate. Another way that I'm going to teach you today how to evaluate would be like if they tell you y equals 3, and they want you to evaluate this. So if they say 4 plus y equals 9, okay? Oop, that cannot, hold on, reverse. 4 plus y equals. So what they're wanting you to do is plug in the value of y and figure out what this is, all right? So if we plug in, we do 4 plus y, which is 3, we get 7. So this is the answer to that evaluated. All right. So an algebraic expression then is when you plug in algebraic. I always spell it wrong, so let me double check to make sure I spell it right this time. Algebraic. An algebraic expression tells you, it gives you the value of the variable. And they want you to solve it. Okay, so that's what an algebraic expression is. So if I can get this scanned and put on Canvas, I will try to do that if the copier cooperates with me, that is, anyway. So the first thing I want you to go to is you should have your new math book by now. And that looks like, I believe, like this. So we're just going to go through a couple of these, and I am going to remind you how to do this. So the first thing I want to remind you is that multiplication looks different when you are doing algebra. Now you're not going to see a math problem written 5 times 3 equals 15. You're not going to see it like that anymore because they don't know if that's a variable or if that is a time symbol. So instead of seeing it like this, you could see it like this. You could see it like this with parentheses. When they're right next to each other, it means they want you to multiply. Okay? So you could see it either way like that, but that's the common way to see it. Okay, now what if I had a variable in there and I had like 3x equals 15. Okay, so here what they're asking me is they're asking me to times whatever 3 is times x. So this could be 3 times x equals 15. This could just be 3x right next to each other equals 15, like that says up there. Okay, so then the next thing I'm going to show you, and you can see all the different ways to multiply like this. Remember, and we can use any letter we want. So I'm on number 1, this is in your book, page 450. It says evaluate if 16 plus b, if b equals 25 on that one. Okay, and the second one, okay, so those are the 2 problems that we have on there. And, well, let me go back to this. Okay, so what they're asking you, when they say evaluate, they want you to plug it in. Plug in. Okay, so the way I like to do this when you're just starting out how to learn this is I like to use 2 different colors. It just makes it make more sense in your brain. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to rewrite the problem, but instead of putting a letter B, you're going to put a 25. Okay, so 16 plus, and B is 25, right? So what is that? If you plug in 25 for B, what is the answer there? What is 16 plus 25? What, 36? So that would be your answer. This is actually pretty easy. All right, now if you look at this one, this is the same thing. Here, they've just told you x minus y. They haven't told you anything else. But they want you to plug in if x is 64 and y is 27. Well, what is that? So we can plug that in. We can do 64 minus whatever y is 27. So 64 minus 27, what, 37? So if you evaluate that, there's your answer. And again, all I did was I just plugged in the numbers. These are really easy. These are just these are the one-step ones, okay? So those are extremely easy. You can definitely use your calculator on here too. Okay, so now let's talk about the 2-step ones, all right? So the 2-step ones are a little more complicated, but they're really not that bad because if you look, I'm on number 4. They're really not that bad because you guys already know order of operations. So there, that's 5, and all right, so let's go back to the camera and I want to show you this. So this one right here is a 2-step equation. So here they want you to multiply 5 times whatever t is, and then they want you to add 4. So you have to follow the order of operations. The first thing you're going to do is rewrite and plug in. You're going to rewrite it and plug it in. That's the first thing you're going to do. So I'm going to do that over here. I'm going to do 5 and then t. What's t again? 3 plus 4 equals. So now all I have to do is follow the order of operations. So if you remember from last week, these pens keep rolling on over here. parentheses, exponents, multiply or divide, add or subtract, right? So there's no parentheses. Actually, there is parentheses, but those are there meaning to multiply. No exponents. Okay, do you see a multiply? We do, right here. So we're going to do this piece first. 5 times 3 is 15. Bring down the part I didn't use. All that's left is 15 plus 4. That's just 19. Pretty easy. All right, this next one is a little weird just because it has a fraction on it. And you know what? I don't really want to do the fraction like that. I want to just call it 8, just to make our lives easy. Okay, so when you do this, the first thing you do is rewrite it and plug it in. So 4x is 8. So here's what you've got. You have 4 times 8, and then you also have 8 to the second power. So which one of these are you going to do first? I know you guys are like, parentheses, but look, those parentheses are only there to separate this 4 and this 8 to show you they're multiplied. So you're not going to do the multiplication first. You're actually going to do the exponent first. So 8 to the second power is 8 times 8, which is 64. I did that part. Bring down the stuff I didn't use. Now, what I'm left with is 4 times 64. And I don't have a calculator handy, but I do have a brain. So I'm going to do that. 24, 25. So I get 256 is my answer. All right. So what you're going to do then today is you're going to do these pages in your math book, and I will come and get them, or if you're at home, you can just turn them in when you return. If you're at home and you're not going to have this book at home, you can do it on notebook paper. So just to remind you, today I taught you how to solve expressions using variables. So what you're going to do is you're going to plug in the values. So they're going to tell you the value of the variable today, and all you have to do is plug it in and use the order of operations. All right. Tomorrow we're going to learn how to write these. All right. Send me a message on Canvas if you need any help, and I will see you soon.